Blackstone presents The Last of the Bushrangers, an account of the capture of the Kelly Gang by Francis Augustus Hare, late Superintendent of Victorian Police. This book is read by Gregory Dwyer. Chapter 1. Introductory Remarks, Birth, Early Days at the Diggings, Unlicensed Diggers, Attacked by Fever, Keeping a Store. When narrating to friendly audiences my experiences in the early days of the colony of Victoria, in what may be termed the Gold Era, and some of the various incidents which occurred during my connection with the Victorian Police, I have often been asked to give the records of them a more permanent form. After hesitating long, I have listened to those promptings, and greatly daring, have ventured to address a wider range of hearers. I claim no more than to tell a plain, unvarnished tale, recalling from the reminiscences stored within my mind events and incidents of bygone days. Perhaps, had I written down the facts while the events were still fresh, I might have been able to put more spirit into my narrative, but my aim has been to keep within the record, to extenuate nothing, nor to set down aught in malice. I have endeavoured to refrain from mentioning names of private persons as much as possible, but where I have found myself compelled to do so, I trust my references will raise no unkindly feelings. Unfortunately, after the destruction of the Kelly Gang, unpleasant feelings and jealousies sprang up between different officers engaged in the search, and interested persons kept adding fuel to the fire. In writing this account of the capture and destruction of the last of the Victorian bushrangers, I have endeavoured to avoid locating the blame for the various unsuccessful attempts. We had a difficult task before us, and I feel sure each of us spared no effort to do his duty, though in thus acting all of us, no doubt, committed errors of judgment. In a matter of this kind, everyone has a right to his own opinion, and none but those who underwent the hardships we did can have any idea of our sufferings during the months we were in pursuit of the outlaws. It seems hardly possible to imagine that 10 years ago a field gun was being dragged up Collins Street, Melbourne, to blow down an hotel which practically was little more than a wooden hut within 200 yards of one of the principal stations on the main line of railway between Melbourne and Sydney, as the last resource for the capture of 4 men who, for the previous 2 years, had set law, order, the government, and police at absolute defiance.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?